What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we got for you some exercises to do before the start of the snowboard season. So it's getting to be that time where this type of training we want to ramp up a little bit for all of our skiers and snowboarders out there. So we have, I think it's 10 exercises that we think you should include into your training program to get you ready for that season. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you do, please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. We post new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays, so make sure you subscribe to catch all of them. Hope you like it. All right guys, we're starting off with some zigzag jumps and zigzag hops. So double leg right now, we're sticking it every single time. It's very important to include plyos for your training. Work on that proprioception, work on that stretch shortening cycle, being able to absorb and withstand force. So you see us sticking it at the start. Start there, really work on your ability to decelerate, to land, to absorb and withstand force. And then so you'll see Spencer going more continuous now. So one leads to the next, being able to utilize all the force. Like I said, it's great for that proprioception aspect, connecting the muscles to the brain and vice versa. It's great for load management as well, for structural tissue, right? Being able to tolerate more load for the tendons, for the ligaments, and just training the body explosively. So we need to be able to handle this impact. And then Spencer's gonna show you single leg. So once you're good at that, we'll go single leg, we'll go sticking it to start, get that under control. This is great for that stability aspect, being able to be great on each leg independently. I know snowboarding, our legs are tied together pretty much, but this is a great way to build up that unilateral strength stability. And then we're going more continuous. So one leads to the next. Make sure we're not just taking big ass steps, right? Make sure we're actually jumping, being under control, just using one to lead to the next. Number 2, and by the way, these are in no particular order, we're going a single leg RDL. So we wanted some type of hip hinge movement. This is very important to be able to have that hip hinge. We don't want a bent back. We want to be able to absorb force, be able to, load up the glute, the hips, put strength there, be strong out of there, have that aspect of stability. Glute strength is a major player for stabilization. So we chose the hip hinge, the RDL for that reason. It's a lot more specific to the demands of snowboarding versus some, regular like deadlift off the floor, conventional sumo, whatever it may be. Also too, a big reason, this one has a lot of stability. So we know stabilization is massively important for snowboarding. So if we can throw it into our strength, especially if the goal is not to just, get as strong as possible, but the goal is to be strong while being stable, then we're gonna definitely wanna throw something like this in there. Number 3, we're going to rear foot elevated split squat. So you can go dumbbell or barbell with this. We're just going dumbbell right now. We're going offset. I love this one for building strength because it's unilateral. Stability is important. If you're not great at stabilization, I recommend doing this on a Smith machine and then work your way up. But it's great for stability. This one also too, depending on your body position, you can make it more knee dominant or more hip dominant. So it's very versatile, being able to adjust kind of how your body is working, whether you want to be, more vertical, you want to be more leaned over to include more of the hips. So this is one of my favorite exercises of all time. So highly, highly recommend. This one absolutely has to be in your workout program if you can handle it. Arsenal, yeah. Also, real quick PSA, if you guys have been watching our videos for a while, you will have known that last year we created the best preseason snowboard online program called Shred from the Start. So if you're looking to get ready to have the best snowboard season, make sure you check that out. Link is in the description. You can get it on our website. It's a 6-week program. We got plyos, mobility, conditioning, full strength. We got all of it, stability stuff, trying to help you have the best snowboard season possible. So check that out, link in the description. Number 4, we're going tendon jumps. So we have 2 different versions. This one's more for the Achilles. So that back leg is doing all the work. The front leg is just the stabilization. We're just popping straight up. We're not letting that heel touch the ground. We're keeping our Achilles, our ankle, our foot, we're keeping it tight All we're working on here is load tolerance, being able to spring up, being able to create a strong foot and ankle complex. It's very important to have strength through our feet, through our ankles, to build up the tendons. We don't want any type of tendinopathy. This is a great way to work on that load tolerance. So this is the Achilles. Don't mind the Arsenal game in the background. Other variation, it's gonna be more for the knee. Okay, so it's a similar movement, but now we're going more through that front leg, right? We're jumping a little bit. This one's also really great for people who have jumper's knee, you know, increasing that load tolerance on the patellar tendon. When we're snowboarding, sometimes we can get, you know, a lot of load, a lot of demand through, you know, the quadricep muscles, especially at the attachment of the knee joint. So this is a great way to build up the knee joint, build up the tendons, so hopefully we don't get any type of, you know, structural pain in there. Number 5, we're going step downs. I love this one kind of as a rehab exercise, especially building up the strength throughout the knee, but it also really works on building strength through the hips, the glutes, depending on how you position your body. So you've seen us do this one a lot. We're putting the foot on the box. That's doing all the work. The other foot, so Spencer's left foot, is just slowly tapping the ground, not pushing off, just tapping the ground. You stand back up. If this is a little hard, hold dumbbells and you can offset. So as you squat down, you raise your arms to offset, kind of like Spencer just did. But this one's really great for building up the knee, building up the glutes, the hips as well. Number 6, we have box jumps. So I think any type of jumping is crucial just to build athleticism, right? I think it's so important for people to continue being athletic, continue to be able to jump, right? That's such a cool ability to have. It's great for your body. It's great for force production, for power production, right? Force and velocity. It's great for stability, for getting the body to work together. So honestly, you know, when you're starting your preseason training, just get some jumps in, right? We're doing a box jump. You see us do it forward, also go lateral. It's very important to be able to jump side to side, to produce force that way, you know, laterally, linearly, different planes, transverse, you'll see that in a sec. It's important to be able to do that, especially not necessarily at speed, but anytime you produce power, right, speed's involved. So continuing to be athletic in your training is very important, right? You see Spencer doing the rotational. He did 180 there, right? You can even do like, that's okay. He's just too athletic. You can even just do like a 90, right? Just work on that. That's a movement you get into a lot in snowboarding. You get into a lot of the 180 as well, right? But work your way up there. Start small, just build that ability to be able to jump, to move your body, to be athletic. Number 7, we're doing sled. So this one's great because it's full lower body with unilateral, which is super great as well. You get to work that full extension. So you're incorporating the glutes, you're incorporating the hips. A big thing too is it incorporates that posterior lower leg. So we're incorporating the calf, the ankle, all of it working in unison with the hamstrings, right? The entire leg is working together. So that's very, very important. You can load this up. I know Spencer went weightless, but whatever. You can load it up. You can go super heavy for a drive. You can sprint it. There's so many options that we can do with the sled to make it one of the best exercises just to build strength, muscular endurance, right? We all know how important that is for snowboarding. Having the ability to just continue going to work through, you know, that burn in a sense. So doing something like a sled, get your heart rate up a little bit as well. It's such a good option. All right guys, number 8, we're on the cables. So we have 2 exercises and 2 versions of each exercise. So it's important to incorporate some upper body training, right, as well. Body works as one unit, we gotta train it as such. So we're gonna start off with a row. So when I say there's 2 variations, we're going rotational and anti-rotational. It's very important we train both aspects, right? Being able to assist in rotation, but also being able to not have the body rotate, right? That anti-rotation aspect. I don't want to rotate. I need to stay super strong, keep my body under control, or maybe my arms are going one way, but I have that ability, that strength to prevent rotation. So for the first variation, we're going a rotational row, right? I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna pivot off that back foot a little bit. So I'm here, boom, I pivot, I rotate as I go. I'm really using my core to aid in the movement, okay? Anti-rotation, I'm right here. I don't let my torso move whatsoever. I'm locked in, my arm's doing that work, but my torso, I'm not opening up, right? I'm preventing that rotation. Yes, while I'm pulling this side, but also I'm preventing this rotation. I'm not letting it take me for either portion of that movement. So the second exercise, super similar, but we're flipping it around and we're going a press. So for the rotational, right, I open up my hips, I wanna pivot off that back foot, allow that hip to get involved a little bit. So boom, I rotate and I come back. Press, rotate, come back. Having that core strength, that lower body strength, the glutes, the hips, to be able to hit that movement, reverse it, and stay locked. So the anti-rotation version, right, is just here into that press. So I'm not rotating during any portion. I'm not allowing it to open me up. I'm keeping my hips straight ahead. And even when we do the rotational aspect, right, there still can be some anti-rotation. I'm here, but also I'm not letting it completely twist me. So I'm stopping it where I want it. You know, there's two different variations. Both are important to hit: the press, the rotational, and the anti-rotation. So hit them both. Number 9, we have something more structured towards core, but a big stability one as well, kind of building off the last for anti-rotation. So we're doing a half kneeling, high to low chop, or just I guess a chop. So a big thing for this is we want to make sure our, I have to sneeze. We want to make sure our, inside leg is up, right? Or else we're gonna like run into it if I'm flipped this way and I'm pulling down. So we want that inside leg up. We wanna make sure we're in line with each other, right? I don't wanna be out here for that stability aspect. I wanna be right here. We're holding this, I'm pressing down and it's pulling back up. I'm not twisting like this. I'm staying tall, I'm pressing, and I'm keeping myself stable. I need to scooch a little bit. Keeping myself stable, being able to pull it down and then reverse it while I'm staying here. So this one's great for that anti-rotation. You don't have to go half kneel if that's a little easy for you, or you know, if for no reason you don't like it or don't want it. If you have a tall enough cable, you can go split as well. This one's a progression to the half kneel. So the half kneel, that's where we start everyone. Then you can go the split stance. There's also the lift variation, right? So we're gonna flip now and we're here. We lift it up and back down. That one's great for the function of the core. If you don't have cables, or for whatever reason you can't do that, we can hit similar stuff to that with the med ball, right? So we come here, we just hit like a split stance, like rainbow slam, for example. I'm here, boom, I rotate, I slam it in front of me, something like this, where you can add the rotation if you want. You can resist the rotation. You're still hitting that stability. Even if we just hit some regular med ball rainbow slams, I do like split stance variations a lot. You know, split stance, just high-low. Med ball slam is great as well. So there's a couple variations you can hit. Really target the core and stability. Number 10, we're going Spanish squats. So this is a great exercise to work on building up the knee. We do this one a decent amount with people who have knee pain, especially throughout that patellar tendon. This is a great way to help kind of overcome jumper's knee, building up the knees, the tolerance. So something like snowboarding, right? It's pretty demanding. You feel it a lot on your quads. So you want to make sure that you have the tolerance to be able to withstand that load, and you want to make sure you're pain-free when we do it, right? There's nothing worse than just having insane like knee pain or pain whatsoever, you know, as you're trying to enjoy snowboarding. So throwing this one in there, it's really going to assist in making sure you're feeling good, right? We can do the ISO version like you just saw Spence where he's holding it, or we can squat, you can hold a load, but just having those bands pull from the front, you trying to resist that, it really allows it to build them up. So hopefully we can be pain-free as we're snowboarding. So hopefully you enjoy this. We'll make Spencer stop squatting for the day. Hopefully you enjoy this. Check out our program, our online program, Shred from the Start. We really do think you'll enjoy it. And we will catch you in the next one.